Viewer discretion is advised. Go where no man has gone before.
It'll make your head spin. It'll knock your socks off.
Broadcasting live from 59-degree beautiful downtown Cleveland. It's station WDWL TV, home of not one, but 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and an Oscar. I'm your host, the Grumpy Old Man. I have to thank Grumpy Stern for filling in for me. I decided to take a little time off last night. Oh, we're brought to you by Grumpy Vulture Productions. Oh, damn bird. I'm going to replace him with an aardvark. If I could find an aardvark. I don't know if I could get an aardvark to set on a perch. Okay, tablet, what the hell's wrong? Come on. I think the old 20-year-old tablet is slowly giving up the ghost. It don't want to cooperate. Come on. Oh, well. It's got a mind of its own. We'll wait until it decides it's going to do what I want it to do. It keeps telling me install Candy Crush Soda Saga. I'm not installing Candy Crush Soda Saga. I don't play them, God. And you know, what amazes me, how long Candy Crush has been around. You know, a lot of these games come and go. Candy Crush has got to have been around now for 15 years. I know they keep updating it, but for some reason, it don't want to cooperate. Oh, finally! Took long enough. Oh, no, me neither. I got better things to do than sit on my cell phone and play that kind of shit. I'll tell you what. The only video games I ever played was Pong and Frogger. That was it. Because those were the hottest games of the day. Man, when Pong came out, holy shit. Everybody was like, watch this. Bonk, dink, bonk, dink. It was amazing. And then Frogger. And people went crazy over Frogger. And when we look back at them games today, it was like, that's all it did? That's it? No gun shooting, no tanks blowing up. Nope. bonk, dink, bonk, dink. And to think, I sat for hours with my buddy playing that. Bonk, dink, bonk, dink. I guess we could say we were addicted. But Candy Crush, that's got to be over 10 years old. I can't believe people still play it. Now, I know they keep upgrading it and adding features and that, but I still can't believe people today play Candy Crush. I can't remember what my buddy's daughter's got on her phone. It's some farm. Oh, God. She was playing it the last time I was over there. You like plant hay and then you harvest it and you milk cows and she's 26 years old. She goes down, she gets on the rapid in the morning, plays her farm hall, whatever the hell video it is. Unbelievable. But Candy Crush, I remember when that first came out. Hell, I think I was still working at the hospital. That's got to be like 26 years now. If I remember right, Candy Crush came out around 2000. Or something similar to it, because I remember some of the young nurses playing something like that. Not to mention being free, although I think if you want to get to certain advancement levels, you have to buy into it. I'm not. But it's amazing. Goddamn bird throwing things again. Yeah, if I remember right, I could swear when I was working the hospital, unbelievable. Although I came across two unbelievable YouTubers today. The one is called Resisting Arrest, and the other YouTube channel is Watch Cop Cam. I'll tell you what, I was almost late for the show watching Watch Cop Cam videos. God damn. Tomorrow, that's the first one I'm going to tune into because I want to finish watching the video of the girl that doesn't get her paycheck, so she sticks a gun in the manager's face. Pay me! Didn't work out too well for her. Hey! Yeah, that's what I said. I sent you a couple of good ones, especially the first one. I don't know if you got to watch it. I can't. The woman kept saying she was a motivational speaker. When she went berserk, I'm like, you get up in front of people and actually speak? God, the filth that came out of her mouth. Holy shit. Oh, I won't ruin it, Kathy. Oh, my God. Yeah. She tells the cop as soon as he walks up, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm not speaking loud. I'm projecting. And she projected through the whole thing. Since you haven't watched it, I won't ruin it. You'll love it. Yeah. I'm not yelling, I'm projecting. First time I ever heard that term, I'm not yelling, I'm projecting. Sounds like yelling to me. But that watch cop cam, oh my God. The one, as a matter of fact, I had to stop the video and send it to myself so that I can pick up and finish it tomorrow. I'll tell you what, the money some of these YouTubers spend for body cams, wow. Because people are under the impression Freedom of Information Act does not mean free. It means you can request, but you don't get it for free. And I'll tell you what, I heard some of the funds that Shiz expended for some of them Kaiser stuff. Oh. No. Since so many people have got onto this freedom of information thing, now cities and police departments, they charge. I remember one, I can't remember who it was. Oh, God, I can't remember what YouTuber I was watching. And he sent for some, like, police reports and other things. And they wanted, like, 50 cents a page. And all of it combined was like 210 pages. And then he had requested body cams, and they wanted $100 per body cam. So when you see some of this stuff on YouTubers' sites, they've got some big money invested in this shit. Of course, you know, they're monetized, and if their videos do well, they make a pretty good buck. Now, certain items are free. You know, it all depends on the city, the county, the state, the police department, whatever. Yeah, freedom of information doesn't mean free information. In the beginning, and I'll tell you, oh God, what the hell's his? Oh, I can't remember the idiot. He got the nickname of Goat Boy. He would request like water department audits, and they would be like 1,000 pages. And, you know, at that time, he was getting them for free. And all he did was request them to see if they would give them to him. He never used them for anything. He would get, you know, several reports that were 500, 700 pages and throw them away. Just to say, I got them. And he was either in Indiana or Illinois, and they got wind of his YouTube channel, and they started charging him. You want this 1,000-page report? All right, it's going to be $1 a page. But yeah, a lot of YouTubers were requesting shit just to waste money. Oh, I don't know. I can't remember his name. Oh, gee. No, this was some rabble rouser YouTuber. I can't remember his name. He got the nickname of Goat Boy. Oh, I'm trying to think of the guy that's got the YouTube channel. He's got the white beard. He called him Goat Boy, and oh, I can't remember. Oh man, I can picture the YouTubers, and I can't put names with them. Because besides doing videos on First Amendment auditors, he also used to do a beer review YouTube. He had a beer review YouTube channel. He lived out in Wickliffe or Willowick or somewhere. He's got a white Dr. Dave. Dr. Dave. Yeah, he nicknamed that idiot Goat Boy. I can't remember. But this idiot would go into a city hall, and first of all, you know, he would see how much controversy he could do with filming. And they would tell him, you're not allowed to film, and he'd be like, oh, it's my first, second, third, 97th Amendment right to film. I can't remember his name. He was an auditor. Dr. Dave nicknamed him Goat Boy. I don't know how the name Goat Boy came up, but whoever Goat Boy was, like I say, he would go in and request, like the city water audits and the city property taxes for a certain year. And, it was 500, 1,000, 1,100 pages, and he wouldn't do anything with them. He would literally just take them and just throw them in the back seat of his car. And he had stacks of this shit, and he never did anything with it. But it was just the principle of going in and demanding that he get copies of this shit. So, cities started going like, no, you're not getting it for free. Because you're wasting our paper. Oh, I went berserk today, Kathy. I went email berserk today because a package I had delivered yesterday by Coffe ended up on the front porch underneath the signs. Because I went in and checked my Temu order today and it said delivered 7:35 p.m. And I pulled up the pictures and there it was on the front porch under the signs. So I went ballistic. And then talk about the nerve. I get an email. Basically, this is what sent me ballistic. I get an email from Coffe with a survey. Well, needless to say, I was not polite on the survey. And then I emailed customer service about a page and a half. And I was not polite. So we'll see if I get a response tomorrow morning. So far, I had been checking regularly. I didn't get... Yeah. They were doing so good. The only thing I can figure, it's a new driver. Another one that knows speak of the English, Because I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and then I finally gave up. And then this morning, I'm going down the list of the items I purchased that said, delivered. I pulled up the pictures, and there it was, on the front porch, under the signs. So I said, pull up the pictures I says, I thought we had this taken care of. And then I went ballistic. And I wasn't polite. Oh, I think I called the driver an uneducated asshole. It should be interesting to see what kind of response I get to that email. I called him arrogant and obstinate and lazy and everything I could think of. Because that's the only way you get their attention. If you write a nice, polite email, they ignore it. If you cuss and swear, oh, they read it. That's like one of the watch cop cam videos I was watching. I forget the fast food. It wasn't a McDonald's or a Burger King. The girl gets her order, and they forgot, I think, barbecue sauce. Now, she had everything in her order except extra barbecue sauce. Oh my God. She just about come through the drive-through window, knocking cups down, knocking shit down, throwing over a couple of packs of barbecue sauce. Because they told her to pull around. And she was like, you've got it right here at the window. Well, she was holding up customers. So they said, pull around, we'll bring the barbecue sauce out. Oh no, she crawled out her car window, pulled the drive-thru window open, knocking shit all over the place. I was like, what has gotten into these kids today? I wouldn't think of doing that shit back in the day. She just about crawled into the fast food place. She knocked big racks of cups over and condiments and whatever she could get close to. She was knocking the shit all over the place. Over a couple of packs of barbecue sauce, and because they asked her to pull around. Of course, I'm wondering if she got barbecue sauce with her jail meal. Because she did get arrested, but yeah, they handed her her order, and she looked in the bag, and she moved stuff, and where's my barbecue sauce? There's no barbecue sauce. And the girl politely said, please pull around, and someone will bring it out to you. I'm not pulling around. I'm not moving. And like I say, crawled in the drive-thru window and just literally destroyed the whole area. These kids today think they're so entitled. And you know, it's not an isolated incident. It takes place across the United States daily. They all have attitude. They all think they're entitled. And they think that they can destroy property to get their way. And then when they get arrested, it's not their fault. I didn't do nothing wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong. No, you destroyed the whole drive-through window. You didn't do anything wrong. It's because, first of all, I blame it on Children's Services. When they started preaching in school that if your parents reprimand you, call 629 kids. And they literally have their parents scared. I'll never forget the one time my son said that. I'm going to call Children's Services. I said, good. I'm going to give you a real beating now so you have an excuse to call. And kicked his ass. And then handed him the cell phone. Here, call. I'll wait. I didn't mean it. Because I told him many, many, many times. An ass beating didn't hurt me. It might have hurt me physically, but it didn't turn me into a serial killer. Oh yeah, I was just going to ground him. And when he give me that shit, he was going to call 696 kids or whatever. I whipped his ass. I said, now call. Now you have an excuse to call while you're soaking your ass in ice water. I said, don't you ever threaten me like that again. You'll be living under a bridge in a cardboard box. And it's gotten worse over the years. Because now the kids that threaten their parents have kids that are threatening them, and they're even more afraid to say no. That's part of the problem. Nobody says no to these kids anymore. My son learned the meaning of no from a young age. So that started it. And then, you've got these households where both parents have to work. So to keep the kid happy, they give him everything. Oh, I want a new iPhone. Okay. I need a new MacBook Air. Okay. I need a BMW X9. Okay. I need a raise in my allowance. Okay. Wait a minute. You want me to mop the kitchen floor for my allowance? I don't think so. I'm calling 696 kids. Okay. I'll mop the floor when I get home after working 12 hours. Don't worry about it. What do you mean, make my own bed? And these are our future congressmen, senators, mayors. Thank God that I'll be gone before that shit happens. That's like talking with Annie yesterday. She was having a problem with her cell phone. And I made the joke. I said, well, just when you get home tonight, tell your parents you need a new cell phone. She looked at me and she went, why do you think I work 2 jobs? If I want it, I have to pay for it. I said, boy, I want to meet your parents. They're my kind of people. She looked at me and went, really? I said, yeah. I said, that's the same way I raise my kid. You want it? Pay for it. Earn the money. I said, that's how my parents were with me. You want a car? Pay for it. You got insurance? No. Give me the keys, and when you can show me you have a paid insurance policy, I'll give you your keys. Because she's making a payment on her car and paying her insurance monthly and her own cell phone bill. Because she made the comment, she goes, I would like to got my own apartment, but I can't afford it. I said, well, first of all, you're only 20. Are your parents telling you to get your own place? No. I said, are they charging you rent? She goes, well, a little bit. I says, all right, you're paying rent. They're not gouging you, right? She goes, no. I said, they're teaching you responsibility. And I said, it's obvious to me you're a very responsible young lady. And I said, you'll go far in life because you're being taught properly. Because she was telling me some of the other girls that she works with think it's outlandish that she has to pay for her own stuff and she has to pay her parents' rent. He's doing what? He's burning a couch in his front yard? Holy shit. I'd call the fire department on him. Say, hey, there's a blaze going on down the street. I think a house is on fire. Then they'll pull up, they'll put the fire out, and hopefully give them a citation. Yeah, it's too bad you got to give your name and phone number. You know, you can't call in anonymously. Block your number. Hey, there's a big blaze going on down the street. I think a house is on fire. Then the volunteer fire department would pull up. Put the fire out. Give him a citation for burning a couch in his front yard. Yeah, Cat, that's the only drawback. You'd have to give your name and number, and somebody would probably tell the guy, hey, your neighbor down the street called. I don't think you're allowed to burn a couch in your front yard, no matter how far out in God's country you are. Gee, I thought I downloaded a sound effect for that. I guess I didn't. God, I should have a sound effect for that. 9,000 sound effects. I guess not. Wow. Nope. Gee, you would think out of all the sound effects I would have downloaded, I would have downloaded that one. It was on the other page, in the ones I didn't download. Although that was a police siren. I don't have a fire siren. I thought I had a fire siren. Fire sirens are neater. Nope. Only one siren and all these sound effects. Yeah, evidently. Only one stinking siren. Man. Yeah, no fire siren. I like the old fire siren. No fire siren. That's birds. Nope. Nothing under F, nothing under S. Only that stinking police siren. Oh well. I could have swore I had the old, like back in the day. The siren that wound up and then would come down. It must be on the other tablet. 105,000 sound effects. And no fire siren. Unbelievable. Nope. I don't even have an ambulance. I thought maybe I have an ambulance. That's no siren. Neither was that. All these stinking sound effects and no fire siren. I think it's in the other oh my God, you are out in the sticks. Bedpost hanging out the window. Oh God. Are you sure you're in civilization, Kathy? Holy Christ.
Beat that!
Unbelievable. All these, I got like 200 sound effects. No ambulance, no fire truck, just that modern police siren. It's got to be on the other tablet, the one that I haven't. I'm waiting for my Y connector. Yeah, once I get the Y connector, then I can hook the other tablet up and have a multitude of sound effects. Yeah, it's got to be on the other tablet. I've got an old siren from like the 1940s. You know, like the ambulances used to have and the old fire trucks. It's not in this bunch.
Well, back in my day.
Yep. We had neat sirens back in the day. Don't start. What'd I tell you? Damn bird. Yeah, times like this remind you that you came from real civilization. Oh my God, burning a couch in your front yard. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, yeah, you are out in the sticks. Like I say, it's too bad you got to give your name and number. I'd call the fire department. Really exaggerate. Holy shit, I think the whole house is burning down. Send all the equipment that you have. 12 fire trucks pull up. That guy'd shit himself. Yeah, it's a sad thing. You can't call in anonymously. What's your name? What's your phone number? What's your address? What's your blood type? What's the license number of your truck? You know. Although I'll tell you, watching some of these, interrogation videos, when they play these 911 calls, Oh my God, some of the stupid ass questions people ask. There was one last night. Guy called in and said, "Well, I just found my uncle dead. Are you sure?" Yes. Did you check for a pulse? No. Could you go check if it's got a pulse? No. Why? Because he's decomposed. Are you sure? Oh, yeah, I can smell it outside the house. He's been in here like 2 months. Did you try CPR? It ain't gonna work, ma'am. Why not? Because I can see his heart through his decayed rib cage. Okay, then give manual stimulation on the heart. Yeah. I wish I knew somebody that worked at a call center. I'd ask them if they have, do you have a script? Do you have to ask every stupid ass question? Are you sure he's dead? Yes. Did you check for a pulse? No. Did you try CPR? No. Try CPR. I'll instruct you. Operator, I can see his heart through his decayed rib cage. Okay, since the heart is in sight, manually reach through the decaying rib cage, and if there's any heart to pump the heart and see if you can get a pulse. Yeah, this one last night, the guy said he either it was his girlfriend or his wife, or she's laying in a pool of blood. Did you check for a pulse? No. Why not? Because she's laying in a pool of blood. But does she have a pulse? I don't know. Can you check? No. Why not? Because I don't want to step in the pool of blood. Well, sir, you have to check to see if she has a pulse before I send EMS. You don't need EMS. You need a coroner. Yeah, I mean, it was obvious this guy's wife or sister or cousin, whoever, was dead. And the goddamn call taker kept, "What, did you check for a pulse?" No. Well, I can't sell EMS until you can tell me if the person has a pulse. She's deceased. Are you sure? Yeah, she's cold and stiff. But does she have a pulse? Oh, I spotted something on the way home today. I'm going to stop. It's a 90s vintage Jaguar. I thought the guy got rid of it. And he's got a stockade type gate across his driveway. And the gate was open. And all he did was push the car back. I'm going to stop and ask him, first of all, what year it is. It's got to be over 25. And what's wrong with it. And if he tells me it won't pass the E-check, I'm interested. Because if it's over 25 years old, it don't need the E-check, but I'm not going to tell him. Yeah, it's a green. Yeah, matter of fact, it's the same color as the Passat. A green Jag 4-door. And I know it's got to be 90s vintage because it has the leaping Jaguar hood ornament. And I'm pretty sure after 2000, they had to do away with them for pedestrian safety. Yeah, it's a dark metallic green, either an XJ6 or an XJ8. I'm going to stop and talk to him and see if he'll tell me what's wrong with it. And if he tells me, I couldn't get it to pass the E-check, so because if it starts and runs, that's all I care about. Who cares how many lights are on in the dash? How many check engine lights and this and that? I've never had a Jag. It would look like a Fleet because it'd be the same. It's the same color as the Passat. I could have WDWL TV and WDWL TV 1 or 2. Have a fleet of news cars in the driveway. We're not out gathering news, but we have an impressive fleet. And then I would pass on the Corvette because I really would like to have the Jag. Although it'd be my luck, it's an automatic. Although it would be cool if it was a manual. Yeah, I'm going to stop tomorrow. Because it was out front for the longest time. And then it disappeared, and I was like, he must have junked it. And then I drove past the house today, and I was like, whoa, it's still here. I'll buy it just for the hood ornament. It's got to be a 90s vintage. Although if it's a 2000 or 2001, I'm safe. I don't think it's an '02. I think in 2000 they had to do away with the hood ornaments. And this one's got the big, long, leaping Jaguar. The cool hood ornament. Because now they just got a picture of a Jaguar. Of course, that's just what I need. Another car that's expensive to fix. Go from a Passat / Audi A4 to even more expensive parts, Jaguar. But I'd love to have it. Because the XJ is the long one. It's longer than the Passat. And Jaguars are known for the expensive leather seats and the nice detailed interiors. Yeah, I'm gonna go up and knock on the door tomorrow. Is your Jaguar for sale? Maybe. What's wrong with it? Wouldn't pass the E-check. Don't smile, Grumpy. Don't smile. Really? Sounds serious. How much? Make me an offer. $300. Sold? Really? And what's even neater, Kathy, he's got one of them U-Haul car trailers. The one that you push the front wheels up on. Okay, here's $300 and $50 to tow it to my house. And he's got a pickup truck with a trailer hitch. Tell him, all right, load it up and deliver it to my driveway. I've always liked that model Jag. But I don't think they made too many of them in a manual. I think they were all automatic. Most of them were automatics, which would really kind of depress me. Yeah, it's only a couple of blocks up. It's actually close enough we could push it to the house. It's about 4 blocks. But it was parked out front for the longest time. And then it disappeared. And I thought for sure the guy got rid of it. And then the driveway gates were open today, and there it was, sitting. And it's still got the right front flat tire. So I know it's not being driven. Because it had that right front flat tire 5 years ago. So I'm going to work up my nerve to knock on the door. I want to buy your Jaguar. Because I can't see him not being interested in getting rid of it. It's sat for all this time. And I tend to think, unless there's something serious wrong with it, it just might have been one of these where he couldn't get it to pass the E-check and just parked it. Because I know there's several cars in my neighborhood that are parked because of that. But none of which I would be interested in except for the Jag. Oh, hell, possibility this thing could be a manual then. Yeah, it's a 90s vintage. I'm going to have to kind of gargle like 95 Jaguar XJs or 98. But this one's got the big, long, leaping Jaguar hood ornament. And I'm pretty sure the federal government banned hood ornaments like after 2000. Especially that one. I mean, that's the one that's got to be 8 inches long. It's the full leaping Jaguar. The impressive hood ornament. So it's got to be 90s vintage. Which would put it right up my alley. Because anything older than 01, no E-check, exempt. That's why I look for 25-year-old vehicles. I drive past the E-check station and go, fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, I'll never forget with the Nissan when I went in the license bureau to get my plates the first time. The girl says, "Where's your green E-check form?" I don't need one. Yes, you do. I said, look at the title. Oh. Ooh, 05. Let's hope it's older than that because I'm not interested in an 05. It's got to be an 01 or older. Oh, it's got to be older than an 05. Because it's been sitting at least 10 years. And it wasn't brand new. I'll have to gargle. I'll start with like 1995 and see what it looks like. And then go up like 97, 99, '01. See, that's part of the problem with these goddamn cars. You can't tell what year they are anymore. 1955, you knew it was a 55. 56, you knew it was a 56. Now, you have no idea what year a car is. Because they stay the same for like 5, 6 years. The auto manufacturers, it costs too much money to, redesign them every couple years. Well, you can't tell what year it is. Is it an '01, '02, '03, '04, '05? It's like with the Passat, from '98 to '04 is basically the same car with a little bit of change on the grill and so on. But as far as the body, from '98 to '04, the body's the same. And then in '05, they did a little redesign. But if you look at my '01 and you look at a 2021, there ain't a big difference. Yeah, the body's got a little more swoopy, but it's a Passat. And it's amazing how many of them are in this neighborhood. It's amazing how many Volkswagens are in the neighborhood. But like they say, you really don't notice a vehicle until you own one. And driving through the neighborhood, it is amazing how many Volkswagen Passats are in the area. And a Volkswagen Jetta looks like a shrunken Passat. From my driveway to Mark's are at least 5. Different years, there's at least 5. I drive down the street and go, oh, that's a Passat. Oh, there's a Passat. I hadn't realized there were that many of them around. I didn't think Volkswagen was that popular. My neighbor's got, what the hell's that a Golf. He's got a Volkswagen Golf. Looks like a little hot rod. And then when I get down to the end of Victory, there's a Passat, a gray one, sitting in the driveway. When I make the turn up west and I go up 135th, there's a red one on the left-hand side. By the time I get down to San Diego, there's a blue one. I mean, but they say it's a subconscious thing. You don't notice until you actually own one. Now, I have driven past all these cars for ages. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, there's one there, there's one there, there's another one there. Parts cars. The only thing is, when I got the Nissan pickup, there aren't too many around. As a matter of fact, as many times as I have checked, there's never been one at pull apart. That's because the crappy ass steel and good old northeastern Ohio with their salt, the vehicles literally, well, they look like mine. If I even walk near it, a piece falls off of it. As a matter of fact, the crazy thing is, there was one parked up the street, a Passat, a gray one. And it was there like forever. The guy finally moved. He was renting a house, and I guess his lease was up, and it was parked every day. I would drive past it. And one day I just happened to look over, and I see on the trunk Passat. I was like, I've been driving past this thing daily and never paid any attention to it. And then it disappeared. But I'll tell you what, it is a very comfortable car. It's a bitch to get out of. Because what I do, I open the door and I put my ass in the seat, and then I grab the hand holder and I put my hand on the passenger seat, swing in one foot, swing in the other foot, move my ass around. I fall into it, and then I have to swing the door open, put both feet on the pavement, grab the handhold bar and the steering wheel and push my ass up and hope that I get enough oomph out of my knees to get up out of the car. It is a bitch to get out of. But once you're in it, it is a very comfortable driving car. It really is. But getting out of it's a bitch. Getting in isn't too bad. You fall into it. Getting out, it's like... That's the only thing I don't like, because you have the door sill, and then you got that drop. And the seat sits down in the car. But a very comfortable driving position. Now that I got the steering wheel adjusted, and I got the seat height, and got the back and the lumbar, I could drive down to your house and not be tired. It's that comfortable. Not saying I would, I could see pull in the driveway, you'd look out the window and see a green Passat and a shotgun had come out. I'm going. Keep that shit up, I'll burn a couch in your front yard. All right, on second thought, I'm leaving. But before I leave, can I have my pot holder?
I love it.
Just kidding. Yeah, can I have my pot holder, please?
Somebody call security.
All right, I'm going. You even sickened the cat on me. Jeez. I don't have a guinea pig noise. Maybe I do. Let me look. This thing's got all kinds of animals. Maybe I have a guinea pig noise. Let me... That's not a guinea pig noise. I got to get to G. Oh, come on. No guinea pig noise? Oh, man. What a ripoff. This has got all kinds of animal noises. You would think it would have a guinea pig. Nope, no guinea pig. Damn it. I got a gorilla. You would think I'd have a guinea pig. I got a gorilla. Sounds more like the vulture with gas. No guinea pig. I got geese. I have a gibbon monkey. I have a frog. I have a hawk. No guinea pig. What a ripoff. Jesus. The one animal that you have, and I don't have a sound effect for it. Nothing even close to guinea pig. Gee, I have a horse. I have a hyena. No guinea pig. Unbelievable. All kinds of animal noises and no guinea pig. It's supposed to be a duck. Sound like a broken chainsaw. Unreal. It's amazing how many animal noise and no guinea pig. I have a coyote. That's supposed to be a crocodile. That was supposed to be a cockatoo. Some of these sound effects. That's supposed to be a chipmunk. Now that one was real. A chihuahua. All these sound effects and no guinea pig. Unbelievable. Of all the pets, Kathy, you have to have a pet that I don't have a sound effect for. Unbelievable. I don't even have anything that sounds close to a guinea pig. All kinds of bird noises. It's supposed to be a bear. Unbelievable. What a ripoff. 200 sound effects and no guinea pig. Oh well. My luck. We tried. Like I say, I don't even have anything that sounds close. Yeah, 200 sound effects and no guinea pig. Story of my life. 200 sound effects. Kathy has a guinea pig. I don't have a guinea pig sound. I don't even think I have a whistle. Because they whistle. Let me see if I have a whistle. Nah, I don't think that sounds close. Wrong whistle. That's supposed to be a whale. Like I say, some of these suck. Oh well. Maybe I'll get lucky, and then once I get my Y connector, I'll go through the other tablet Because that one's got a lot of animal noises. Maybe I'll get lucky and have a guinea pig. You would have the one strange pet. I didn't have anything close. Oh, boy. Oh, speaking of pig. I'm sorry. The walking belly has arrived. You're close to... Your internal belly alarm is getting closer. He just plops down and stares at me. Fade May. Fade May. Fade May. Oh, I know. You want your delectables. I know. I got you spoiled. Between delectables and cat treats, I'm going broke.
That's it, I'm through.
All right. I guess we'll wind it up for the night. If I can find my... Where is it? Can't find it. Where the hell is it? Come on. Oh, there it is. All right, peoples. It's been another fun night. And again, we got to thank Grumpy Stern for hosting last night. And with that, we will meet again right here. The home of not one, but 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and an Oscar. And with that, everyone take care. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And we will meet again right here tomorrow night. And with that, the obligatory 2 see-yas. We'll have the see-ya number 1 and see-ya number 2. Kathy, take care. See you, bye.